Yeah, so I would say ash is in my top, maybe it might even be my favourite sort of wood to use, like for making stuff. It's it's the first timber that I used to make work to actually sell things. Like after I left college, like when I was learning about making and about steam bending and woodwork and stuff like that, I started off using wood that we could get. So I had loads of sycamore and bits of hazel and some willow and stuff like that. And then as soon as we started using ash, it suddenly made everything a lot easier. But yeah, it's really good. So I would say at the moment I use ash and oak are the main two types of timber that I use. And I use ash for like if I want something with really clean lines, or if I want something that's quite light coloured. Also, if you want to stain it, it takes the stain really, really well. So you can basically make ash look like anything. It's a really good all-rounder. I try and use locally sourced wood. Part of the kind of narrative and the reason I do the work in the way I do is to try and keep the embodied energy really low, and to try and make things really eco-friendly, and also I don't know. Basically, there are different things you can do when you make something to try and make it, so it's just more efficient. And compared to a plank that has been chopped down in one place and then transported somewhere else and kiln dried and then put in a container and I don't know, put on a boat or whatever. Like there's if you can just source wood that's literally you just go in the woods, like what we're going to do now, and get a tree and you can chop it down and then take it into the workshop and make it, and that's it. And a part of using ash here particularly is there's a lot of it, so it's definitely by far and away the best timber for steam bending in these woods for me, which is why I'm a bit gutted about the ash dieback really, because it means that like when my little boy Casper is old enough to do woodwork, we're not going to be using ash. It's not just about making something that is practical and necessary. Like I mean, you know, if I was just a straight furniture maker, then I really wouldn't be working on the edge of the woods like this and using this process. Like one of the things I really like to do is actually share an insight and a you know, kind of a secrets that you find in the work with other people. So with the object, you're doing more than just making a utility thing or just an object to look at, where it has a kind of story and a narrative that runs through it as well. So with this ash dieback crisis here, basically for me as an artist, like working with galleries and having people who come to me to try and find out about things they don't know about, it actually it presents a kind of opportunity to actually make work that does a dialogue with this. With the ash dieback, there's a kind of black staining, there's a dark brown staining that runs through the tree, and it's really weird, like compared to normal staining in ash, which comes from the bottom, like a sort of cone, and then as it goes upwards. With ash dieback, it's coming from the top and going downwards, and it's also a different colour as well. And what I found is that you can actually steam bend it if it hasn't gone too far. Okay, so this is a tree that we had that had some ash dieback in it. I've actually used some of the best bits already. There's this piece was off the same log here. I think there is an opportunity to make some beautiful things. Like this one, I really like it how you've got a tree, then kind of opens up and it shows you what's going on. And also this shape that's similar to the ash dieback, kind of wound in the side of the tree as well. So I really like this form for that type of sculpture. So that's something I've been working on recently, using that timber. And also I kind of feel like it's a kind of historic time right now to actually to do this work. But at some point when the trees have all died, then that won't be available. And I kind of think that it's the kind of job of the artist to actually use the material that's there and show people you know what's happening. And by doing the work like this, you can actually see how the actual staining from the ash dieback is running through the actual timber itself. And I think it's kind of interesting for people to know what it is. With ash dieback, it's quite an abstract term. It's like, ash dieback, it sounds really scary, and then they go in the woods and there's no way of knowing what that is, what it even means. I think in these woods, maybe about a quarter of the trees that we can see around here, or it might be more than that, are ash trees. like aesthetically, like basically these woods have quite a kind of light feel to them, and you can, as you look around, you can see like all the light grey pieces are the ash. It sounds really kind of annoying to say, but the woods will be a darker place without ash trees, I'm afraid. Like I don't know, yeah. So I think the character will definitely change. It'll be just a different place.